night, guys.
Cheers, Al.
You know, I'm a pretty quiet person at certain times. At the minute I kind of get going and you throw me in an environment where there's noise and people, I'm like a pinball machine.
Alex, you got my mom's email, right? I want you guys to become email friends. My mom doesn't like Jewish people, which is strange because she's Jewish, but she thinks she's Puerto Rican. I ate it too fast to know it was anti-Semitic. Josh is single. He'll date anybody between the ages of 11 and 63. I know you need therapy. I need therapy. You definitely need it.
I always say things that make people uncomfortable. I pull back when necessary.
He has offered to circumcise me for my bar mitzvah, but I'm already circumcised, so.
Why did my mic get taken away? My name is Danny Minch. My partner is Dodd.
We own together Walter Foods here in Williamsburg and Walters in Fort Greene.
And Dylan and I, we come back late at night after being out in Manhattan and kind of had nowhere to go to get proper service and a real drink and real food and good vibe. Our burger, I think, is one of the best in the city, and I feel confident saying that. Our fried chicken and French dip are really popular.
We were at Houston's one day having lunch talking about the business, and we're like, you know, we could do a really amazing French dip. We do it with filet mignon on our fresh baguette with horseradish sauce, and that's been one of our most popular dishes. It's food that your grandmother made for you when you were at your special occasions that bring back memories and nostalgia, things you want to come back for.
I love the classics. I sell so much fried chicken, so many burgers, blackened catfish, which is great. It's all very tasty, and there's no shortcuts to it.
Our executive chef is Josh Goldstein. I lived in San Francisco for 7 years. He comes from the Bay Area as well, and it always stuck in my head that I want to do a real fisherman stew or cheap Pinot.
It being such a fisherman city, when the Portuguese and Italian immigrants came, they settled in North Beach. And it was something that they would really just do with like their catch of the day. They would throw into like a pretty heavy tomato-based sauce. A lot of the time they would cook it on the boat before they came back in. Ours has shrimp, mussels, and crab meat, and we call it a spicy fisherman stew.
We always wanted to be the kind of place where people got out of work and the first place they wanted to go.
We were both from bar backgrounds, and so we wanted to bring a bar atmosphere to the whole restaurant.
You have a martini or you have a bottle of wine and you're eating a steak, but you can still curse if you want, or you can make out at the table if you want. Being out and eating and drinking is the time where you should be acting silly.
The night that we went out, Danny's mother happened to be at Walters with her ex-boyfriend, which was very entertaining. She reminds me of a sports radio host. You're never going to get her to not have an opinion. No, I'm not going to say it.
I feel like I need to apologize to table 2 for my mom. She looked right at him and said, "What are they doing here so long?" And she said cunt about 6 times. Sorry about my mom.
You're like, where do you live? So I say here, she said, so long. I said, about 14 years. So she's like, so you got here before all these fucking
I heard the whole thing. That's how she is.
She might be the only person that actually can drive me to needing a drink. You know, that was a good send-off for going out that night.
Sorry to keep you guys waiting. I was never bar mitzvahed.
Really?
Never. I said, I don't want to do it. Can I still have a party? My parents said yes. I said, I'll have the 13th birthday party, and that's what I did. And Nell Waters, still remember her name, let me go to third base that night. Third base was going down.
Okay.
Yeah.
California, that's first base.
We went to Hillside in Vinegar Hill. It's owned by a friend of ours, Gene Adamson.
Cheers to Gene.
You know, we thought it would be nice to stop there and have a couple drinks and some snacks.
So the beauty of this restaurant is that it's in a neighborhood where there are very few places to go and get a proper meal and a drink. What are we having here again? This is the anchovy toast?
Tostino. I love it.
This is the girl that Josh has a crush on. Josh is very shy, by the way, but we're trying to get him out of a shell. Josh and I will be going to therapy together next Friday. It's part of our contract that we signed. I guarantee you, every single chef or restaurant owner would benefit from therapy.
The reality is that
So
every
why
time
not
you
get
go
it-
there, you want someone else to be there because you're a little bit bored.
But why? No, I don't
You
get bored.
invited me there like 5 times.
Not because I'm bored. I could be helpful.
By the way, the proper way to eat oysters, after you have the oyster, you turn it down, the dummy is left, helps the server know when they can clear the plate.
All right, same spots.
We're going to a place called, it's very hard to say, I think it's LOCANDA, VINI e OLII, but it's in Clinton Hill.
Sounds like a skin commercial.
It's a classic Tuscan Italian place. It's been in Clinton Hill since way before Clinton Hill was cool. My friend Mike Shaw, one of the owners, he was at Walter's having an early dinner, and so we realized, hey, we should stop by.
What's up, Josh? All right, you're gonna have to tell these guys on camera how to pronounce the restaurant's name because I butchered it like 3 times.
Locanda Vignaioli. Locanda means a hostel, or like a roadside inn in Italy. So it's a roadside inn of wine and oil.
Ruben, who was our general manager, he met us over at Locanda Vignaioli.
Also moonlights at a No Name Bar. Shout out to No Name Bar in Greenpoint on Sunday nights. If you ever anybody wants to go there and get completely wasted, Ruben's your guy.
You know, 2 dishes, both very traditional Florentine dishes. One is called ribollita. It's a vegetable bread soup. The second dish is tripe. Hope you guys are cool on tripe.
Yeah, we had some tripe, and the ribollita was amazing. The tripe was also fantastic, but the ribollita, I remember just being like, it was really phenomenal.
This ribollita is fucking really good. You really don't feel like you're in New York at all, in any way.
Nor knew it.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't feel like Italy either. Thanks, Mike. Thank you very much. Thanks. Come out tonight if you can. We go out like once a year, so hopefully you can make it out tonight.
After the condo, we were going to 108, my favorite sushi place in the city.
What's going on? How are you, sir? It's his fault we're late.
Every time I've been in there, he looks upset at me, so I don't know. He might be the one person that I don't think I can win over.
He's always been very nice, and he has great recommendations for sake.
All right, let's make a toast to something that everybody at this table knows that we can't say out loud. Cheers. Cheers. Yes.
And Andrea, our general manager from Walter Foods, came and joined us.
I feel great. All right, let's do this shit.
The restaurant for 108, named from the Japanese gambling, all or nothing. When take the risk, if you win, everything take it. If you lose it, it's gonna die. Hard work or take big risk.
Oh wow. That looks amazing.
Oh, I see octopus, yeah.
You know, when you go there, he's very specific about the way you eat things and not overdoing it with soy sauce and all the habits that we get over here.
Let's pound this for real.
Japanese people, we don't eat so much sushi. It's not so often. We just eat once a month, twice a month. But these people, it's eating sushi for some people every week, 2 times a week. It's, yeah, they're gonna learn a lot.
What is this right here? Be honest.
It's yours.
Nobody lied. I'm a grower, not a shower.
I think I may have been pretty drunk at that point, so my recollection of the events from that point on might not be what they should be.
Yeah, at that point, I actually forgotten we still have one more stop.
Guys, it's already 12 now. We gotta. I can't believe this shit's falling behind.
And headed over to the Richardson, which is a bar that's owned by Joel Lee Culp along with Clem. Joel's a funny guy. He looks like he's straight out of The Clash, circa 2013. It's all a little bit of a blur. I think Joel brought out some bourbon shots maybe, and then we asked for tequila drinks.
I faked drinking that, waited for the tequila, because after tequila and beer and sake, I was not going to bring bourbon in the mix.
Well, I think it was a lot of prosciutto, some cheeses, a bunch of different meats. I think we just, I even think on the way out, I think I grabbed some and maybe even put some in my pocket, like just to save some for later.
All right, we've just left the Richardson. We picked up Joel with us. We got him in the van. And we're heading to Walter Foods for a little late night snack and some more drinks.
Why did my mic get taken away? What did I do wrong? So I was
You don't
just
need to
feeling
talk about your
comfortable with
mother
my mic.
anymore.
We headed over to our restaurant in Williamsburg, Walter Foods, and it felt like a big party. Dylan and I went straight to the bar, and Josh went back in the kitchen with Mustafa and downstairs and worked on these great meatball subs that aren't on our menu, but that probably should find their way on our menu at both restaurants because it was a great late night sandwich.
Moose, the last time we were on the line together, I was on Molly. That's a true story.
He never told me.
What do you mean? You were right there next to me with the same drugs and you noticed.
Fuck no.
We served meatballs over at Walter's as an appetizer, and I think he took that recipe and incorporated it into a nice meatball hero one. Served on a baguette, from what I remember.
The truth is, neither of us really remember that part, but I heard it very good. Walter Foods is, obviously our first restaurant together, and so it'll always have a place in our heart of coming home and.
It's like seeing an old uncle, like your favorite uncle to hang out with at a barbecue. He's like makes great, grilled food and likes to drink a lot, and
I never heard the uncle reference. Usually it's an old girlfriend.
I can't. No, well, I don't reference girlfriends anymore. I'm a beautiful wife that I'm madly in love with.
You don't usually speak well about him. You usually just make a joke.
Oh, my
in
uncle?
reference to your old girlfriend.
My uncle. Oh, okay. Well, maybe my Uncle Martin. My Uncle Martin's a good reference point.